This is the first time I found Braille labels in a garden. And we have a metal plaque here with Braille, English scientific name, and then the common name. And this one is rock rose. And the flowers are right behind me. There are about 30 different plants with labels here. We are in St. Stephen's Green in Dublin, Ireland. They call it the Garden for the Blind, but when I visited, there were about 4 people sitting on benches reading books with their eyes. When we design spaces for disabled people, oftentimes non-disabled people are enjoying them too. If you're wondering, I did not ask the sighted people to leave the garden. I'm happy to have an accessible garden that's shared with everyone, blind people, sighted people. And a few weeks later, I actually found another garden with Braille. We found a sensory garden in Lund, Sweden. So there are labels with print and Braille. The print is also raised, so if you can't read Braille, you can feel the print. And some of these are here because they have an amazing scent, or in the case of one, an unpleasant scent. And then some of them are here because they have a really cool texture, like lamb ears. The labels are in Braille, and it's Swedish Braille, but sometimes you can kind of guess, even if you're not a Swedish speaker, what's happening here. So I'm gonna read one of these. So the label is CHOKLADMYNTA, chocolate minta, chocolate mint. I want to point out a few differences. The Irish garden had higher garden beds, and that means someone doesn't have to bend down as much to reach the plants or read the sign. But it also means it's going to be more challenging for people who are shorter, use wheelchairs, or kids. Whereas the Swedish garden also has raised planters, but it's lower down. So you're not completely down on the ground, but it's at a point where if you're lower down because you're a little kid or you're coming by on a wheelchair, you still are able to reach over and touch a plant or read the Braille sign. Another difference is that the signage in the Irish garden is metal, and that's more durable. So when I was reading the signs, all the dots were there. But in Sweden, some of the dots were missing. I know the Swedish winters are really tough, especially on gardens and on Braille signs. So if you're not using something as durable as metal, you have to maintain the signs regularly or switch over to something that's more durable. I love traveling because I get to see or feel the different strategies people use all over the world.